Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this really cute McBlingy kind of early 2000s nail set. I really wanted it to look like, you know, the trashy like 2000s nail sets. So yeah, I drew this up and yeah, I just wanted to make a video of me showing how I did it. So yeah, so first of all, here's me figuring out all my nail sizes. And I'm just placing them out so I know like where they are. Now I'm just taking my nail clippers and I am cutting them all down to the same length. Definitely use magnets. When I first started making press-ons, I did not know how to get them all the same length, but just put some magnets on the end and then I promise you, you're gonna get, just trust me. Okay, so I stuck all the nails onto the stands and now I am just going in with my nail drill to etch the surface of every nail just to make sure. You know, I really don't know why I do this. I actually don't ever do this, but I keep seeing all the nail girlies do it. And apparently it helps keep the polish on, like, I actually have no clue. But anyways, yes, I'm gonna do that for every single nail. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not, but and then after all of that, I went in with my McCart base coat and I put a thin layer onto every nail. I guess this is also supposed to help with peeling. I really don't know. I never do this either, so sorry. Look, I never said I was good at this, okay? But it did, you know, get rid of that grittiness and everything, and it made a smooth layer onto the nails so it's easier to paint. So I guess that is probably why people do it. And then here I just did the rest of them. I don't know why I was taking them off individually at first, but I realized I could just do it on the stand. So that's what I did. I just finished putting base coat on these and then I popped them into the lamp for 2 minutes just because I just like to make sure everything is really dry. So I just put it in there for a little bit longer than it needs to be, but you can really do 1 minute. Okay, so for my base layer, like my base color, I actually had to make a custom color because I didn't have this exact color that I needed. So what I did was I took one of my old base coats that I don't really use anymore and I just poured some out onto my palette and I added a tiny bit of pink polish. And then I went ahead and I, you know, mixed that up. And I took my iridescent glitter that I got from, like, I don't know, Temu or something, and I just added a decent amount in there and stirred it up and it became literally the perfect color. Now, if you are a McBling, you know, 2000s, whatever you want to call it, baddie, you need iridescent glitter. I don't care. I am taking that custom color that I just made and I'm using the brush from the old base coat because I didn't have my brush, and I'm just applying that to every single nail. I'm doing thin layers and I think I did 2 layers of this, and after the 2 layers this color was actually super pretty. Like, I already loved it on the first layer, but it was actually super pretty. I wish I did add a little bit more pink just to make it a little bit more opaque, but honestly when they're on the nail you can't even really tell because, you know, your nails have, you know, color. Anyways, now I'm going in with this really light gray color that I also mixed up because I don't have a gray polish, and I'm just doing these really chunky French tips. I love a chunky French tip. I don't care, like, deep French tips are cute too, but I will always choose a chunky French tip. Like, it is just amazing. And then I went ahead with that same brush applicator from the other one. I just cleaned it and now I'm applying this color all over the nail, and it's actually pretty opaque. I wasn't expecting that because, you know, my polishes aren't the best. You know, I'm trying to get better ones, but yeah, it actually turned out really good and the gray was like spot on to what I needed. And here I'm just doing the same thing with a black polish, also doing a chunky French tip, of course. So for this design I drew like an accent nail which was like half black half white. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just using a thin liner brush to like kind of mark off where I want the black to kind of be. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to take the entire bottle of black and use the applicator to just fill in the whole entire area that I want it to be black. I probably could have did this an easier way, but oh well. So this is what the set was looking like after all the nails were dry. Now I'm gonna get started on all the designs. So the first design that I drew up was like a gray cheetah print, leopard print. I don't really know the difference in the prints. Y'all know what print I'm talking about. But so I had to mix up a little bit more gray. And yeah, so I'm just using my multi like dotting tool, and I'm going to just put random spots all over the nail. It's actually probably easier if you put a matte top coat down first. I feel like it's easier to draw on a matte top coat than it is a like glossy base, but I obviously didn't do that. Okay, now before I finish that design, I started on my pinky nail design. So first I went ahead with some blooming gel, and I put like a very thin, I don't know, just a moderate layer of that onto the nail. Then I went ahead and dipped my brush into some black polish and just put these really little dots in a line on the nail. I don't even know why I did this. This was not what I drew up, but I just had no idea what to put on this pinky nail. So this is what we ended up doing. And now I'm going back to my cheetah print nails, and I'm starting to do the actual cheetah print. So I'm just taking a little bit of black on my dotting tool and putting more just shapes around the other shapes. Just kind of outline them a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Honestly, the less perfect they are, the better it looks. I'm still like trying to perfect this nail art, so I'm not that great. And I went ahead and did that for my half and half nail as well, because it has the same design on it on the bottom half. And then for my nail that I used the blooming gel on, I went ahead and I just outlined those black spots in a very sparkly silver polish. Yeah, I thought that was cute. I don't know. This nail is just random. I really don't know. But you know, in the end, it all actually really kind of pulled together. It doesn't look that bad. So this is what they were looking like so far. Now I'm ready to put the rhinestones on the designs. I was showing that I wanted to use the AB crystals and not the silver crystals. And I'm using this rhinestone glue. It's actually really, really good. I got it off Temu. It's actually really, really good. Like, I just got a little bit of the McCart rhinestone glue, and I actually like them both a lot. So, but I'm just using this like cuticle pusher to just kind of apply the rhinestone glue to where I need it to be so I can apply the rhinestones. And then I'm just using my wax pen to pick up the rhinestones I need. And this little green thing is a like it's a rhinestone like flipper thing, so like when you shake it, it flips them all upright. So yeah, I love this thing. If you don't have one, you should really get one. It's really handy. But yeah, so now I'm just lining up the rhinestones where I need them, right on the border where like the white and the black meet. I was trying to get these as straight as possible because sometimes when I apply my rhinestones, they get a little wonky. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and then for the all black nail, I really wanted to do like a rhinestone cross, like across the entire nail. So I'm once again just applying the rhinestone glue with the cuticle pusher. It's just easier for me to apply with this. I don't know, it just seems more precise. And then I went back in with my wax pen and I'm applying the rhinestones in like 2 lines straight down. Just because I didn't want the cross to be like too thin and like look like a stick, because like what is that? But yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. And then after I get all these lined up, then I'm gonna do the other direction. Girl, what? This is what I meant. This is what I meant. The other way, like the parallel, the other line of the cross. So I was having a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do for the thumbnail. So what I did is I just did like a white stripe right in the middle, and I just did like a zebra pattern inside of it because I wanted it to make it look like the black was like bleeding the zebra print into the white, like kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was just like blending into the white. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I actually really liked it. This is not what I drew up once again. I don't think I drew anything on this nail, but you know, sometimes as you're working, the creative juices just start flowing. And I love when I see this on like 2000s nails, like the random thick stripe in the middle of the nail. I don't know, I really like this. Like, this is a recurring thing. Anyway, cutting myself off, I went ahead and I applied bigger rhinestones to the edge of the black and white on this part as well, because I mean, can you really have a 2000s nail set without rhinestones? Let's be for real, okay? Yo! Period. But yeah, this was honestly my favorite nail in the entire set. So this is what the entire set looked like, or at least this hand looked like when it was done. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and top coat these and file them so they can just look, you know, a little bit better. And you know, I'm still in like the beginning processes of like doing press on, so my nails don't look amazing when they're done, but you know, I love the fact that they look a little like messy a little bit. I just feel like that adds to like that 2000s aesthetic a little bit. And you know, until I start selling them, I'm only wearing them myself, so I'm not bothered by them. 2000s like Y2k McBling nails, that is my niche. Like, that is the only nails that I enjoy making, so I feel like it kind of works out for me. I just have to get better at like thinking of designs myself, because as I'm starting, I want to recreate like Pinterest designs, but like I obviously want to like try to make some myself. This is one of my own designs, but like, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not really good at filing my nails down with a nail file, so I just use this circular drill bit. And honestly, y'all, this thing is not that great either.